Hello, brilliant minds and serene souls. Welcome back to our sanctuary of wisdom, where we infuse ancient philosophy into modern life. Today, we're uncovering the secrets of how to act as if nothing bothers you, diving deep into the empowering world of Stoicism and its powerful strategies for maintaining unshakable calm. Picture this. You're enjoying your morning coffee when, out of nowhere, a wild parade of minor annoyances marches through your day. The missed alarm, the spilled drink, the lost keys. It's like the universe itself is plotting a comedy of errors just to test your patience. But what if I told you that, with a pinch of Stoic wisdom, you could dance in the rain of chaos with a smile? So if you're ready to transform your day from tiresome to tranquil, keep watching. And hey, if you find yourself nodding along, why not show some love? Hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on the tranquility train. Alright, take a deep breath. Let's step into the Stoic mindset and learn how even the most trivial tribulations can't touch your inner citadel of calm. Let's get started. Setting the stage for our journey into Stoicism. Imagine it as the mental equivalent of your favorite superhero's suit. It doesn't just look cool, it's equipped to handle the heat of battle. Born in the bustling markets and marble halls of ancient Greece, Stoicism is a philosophy that has stood the test of time. In a world where the only constant is change, and let's face it, often chaos, Stoicism offers us a mental toolkit to remain undisturbed by the mayhem of modern life. Think of Stoicism as your personal life hack for inner peace. It's not about suppressing emotions or pretending problems don't exist. No. That would be like trying to teach a fish to climb a tree, utterly pointless. Instead, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and gracefully let go of what we can't. It's the art of being like a duck, serene on the surface but paddling like the Dickens underneath. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but where does this age-old philosophy fit into our world of smartphones and 24/7 news cycles? Well, my friends, Stoicism is like the timeless denim of mindsets. It never goes out of style. Whether you're dealing with unruly Wi-Fi, traffic jams, or an avalanche of emails, the Stoic principles help you navigate through it all with a level head and a stiff upper lip, or as the Stoics would say, with apatheia, the unwavering strength of not being governed by fleeting feelings. So, how do you harness this superpower? Stay tuned as we dive into the principles of Stoicism that you can apply from the bustling city streets to the quiet of your own mind, turning the noises of the everyday into a symphony of serenity. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll not only act as if nothing bothers you, but you'll also find that truly nothing does. Let's march on, noble viewers, to the empowering strategies of Stoicism that await. Defining indifference. Let's zoom in on this intriguing Stoic concept known as indifferent things. In Stoicism, these are elements of life that, in the grand scheme of things, don't hold significant weight on our journey to virtue and tranquility. Think of it as a scale. On one side, you have things that truly matter, like our character and values, and on the other, well, you've got the indifference. Now, I'm not talking about apathy or carelessness here. It's more about selective attention, like a director who chooses where to point the camera in a vast landscape of possibilities. So, when life throws you a curveball like, say, getting stuck in a traffic jam, Stoicism suggests that this isn't indifferent. Sure, it's inconvenient, but does it truly disrupt your moral compass or inner harmony? Not really. Let me give you a fun example. Imagine you're playing a video game and your character encounters a side quest that doesn't actually contribute to the main storyline. You could spend hours chasing down that golden chalice or rare sword, but will it change the outcome? Nope. That's what Stoics regard as an indifferent. It's not that you're brushing it off completely. It's just that you recognize it won't make or break your ultimate goal of a well-lived life. So next time a wild indifferent crosses your path, remember, you're the director of your life's movie. Will you zoom in on the spilled milk? Or will you keep your lens focused on your personal growth and happiness? Keep this Stoic strategy in your back pocket, and you'll find those minor annoyances losing their grip on your peace of mind. Now, let's continue unwrapping the Stoic wisdom as we sail through life's seas with a steady hand and a keen eye for what truly deserves our energy. Stay tuned for more tools to build your Stoic mindset, and remember, the indifferents are just extras in the epic tale of your life. Harnessing the power of perception is like discovering a secret passage through the fortress of life's challenges. Stoics understood that while we can't always control what happens to us, we can control how we perceive and respond to these events. Perception is the paintbrush that colors our world, and Stoicism teaches us to wield it with the precision of a master artist. Let's bring this idea to life with a scenario we've all faced. A criticism from someone we respect. Perhaps a comment on how we handled a project at work, or maybe an offhand remark about our choices. Your stomach knots, your palms sweat, you feel the sting. But wait, what if, instead of reacting with hurt or defense, you pause and consider, is there truth to this? Can I grow from it? By shifting your perception, the criticism transforms from an arrow aimed at your self-esteem to a tool for your self-improvement. Or picture a rainy day ruining your weekend plans. You peer out the window, your mood as gloomy as the sky. Yet, this too is a dance with perception. What if you viewed the rain as a rhythmic backdrop for a day of cozy reading or a chance for the earth to drink deeply and bloom? Suddenly, the same rain paints a scene of comfort and growth rather than gloom and ruin. This Stoic approach is not about wearing rose-tinted glasses. It's about recognizing that our perceptions can chain us or set us free. When we frame obstacles as opportunities, setbacks become stepping stones. It's in our power to choose a perspective that empowers and lifts us, rather than one that weighs us down. As we move through life, let's remember that perception is a powerful ally. Keep sharpening this tool and watch as the world becomes not a battlefield, but a playground for your growth and learning. Our next segment will arm you with yet another Stoic tool, ready to fortify your mental arsenal and guide your voyage towards personal excellence. Stay with me as the journey into mastering your perception has only just begun, and the transformation it brings will echo through all facets of your existence. Channeling Marcus Aurelius, we now turn to a voice echoing from the past, speaking truths as relevant today as they were in ancient Rome. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, gifted us with his meditations, a treasure trove of wisdom penned on the battlefields and in the quiet corners of his palace. His thoughts provide a compass for navigating life's storms, and a reminder that true power lies not over external circumstances, but over ourselves. Picture Marcus, garbed in the rich purple of royalty, yet his mind is not on the opulence that surrounds him but on the strength within. He writes, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." His words are a rallying cry for all who feel tossed about by the tides of fate. Like a steadfast tree that bends but never breaks in the wind, we too can learn to stand firm. Imagine you're in the midst of a pressing deadline, the clock ticking away, each second heavy with urgency. The tension is palpable, the air thick with stress. Then, Marcus's philosophy whispers in your ear, what do you truly control here? Not the deadline, not the racing clock, but your response, your focus, your unwavering resolve. Suddenly the weight lifts, as if you've donned an armor of serene confidence. Or consider those moments when criticism and harsh words rain down upon you, threatening to drench your spirit. Again, Marcus stands beside you, his calm gaze a testament to centuries of Stoic fortitude. It is not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. He reminds us, with his guidance, you can choose to absorb the feedback like nourishing rain, allowing it to nurture growth rather than cause erosion. Now, let's weave the Emperor's insight into the very fabric of our daily lives. Instead of being overshadowed by the cloud of traffic jams, let Marcus's wisdom illuminate your path. Realize that the anger bubbling within is under your control. Choose to smile at the absurdity, to find humor in the honking horns, and transform the irritation into a tale of your mental agility. Marcus Aurelius knew that life is full of uncontrollable events, but his remarkable legacy shows us that our internal fortress remains unconquered. It's this revelation that guards our peace, like an eternal flame flickering within, undisturbed by the winds of chaos. So, let the Stoic Emperor be your guide. In the face of adversity, remember his teachings and command your inner realm with the same grace and dignity he displayed. Keep his wisdom close and watch as the external world's hold on you loosens its grip, your serenity remaining untouched. Join me in the next segment as we delve further into Stoic practices that bring Marcus Aurelius's philosophy to life, enabling you to not just act as if nothing bothers you, but to truly embody this unshakable calm. Trust in the journey, for with each step, each principle, and each insight, we're crafting a life not buffeted by the whims of fate, but directed by the compass of our own values. Seneca's strategy explores Seneca's insights on serenity and how his ancient letters can still teach us to be chill in the 21st century. Picture yourself walking through a serene garden, the air filled with the wisdom of centuries past. This is where we find Seneca, a Stoic philosopher whose letters have traveled through time to deliver us timeless strategies for tranquility. It's in these very letters that Seneca lays out the blueprints for building a life of peace amidst the turmoil of existence. Seneca teaches us to be like captains of our ships, navigating through the stormy seas of life with poise and patience. He writes, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Imagine the freedom of living fully in the moment, unburdened by worries of what's to come." Seneca's words invite us to embrace the now, to relish our coffee's aroma, the laughter of friends, the hush of a snowfall, to truly be where we are. But how do we apply this centuries old wisdom today, in a world that demands we constantly look ahead, plan, and prepare? Seneca offers us the concept of e premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Sounds daunting, right? But it's actually quite liberating. It's about visualizing challenges before they arise, fortifying yourself against life's inevitable surprises. When you've already pictured the worst-case scenarios, they lose their power to disrupt your chill. Take the frustration of a dropped phone call or a glitchy video conference. Before it happens, picture the annoyance, acknowledge it, and then let it go. When reality strikes, your serenity remains intact because you've already seen this moment in your mind. You shrug, smile, and calmly redial or hit refresh. Seneca also encourages us to reflect on our day as it ends. Picture yourself in quiet contemplation, reviewing actions, choices, interactions. What worked well? What could be improved? This daily inventory isn't about self-critique, but self-awareness, building a foundation for a more serene tomorrow. The lessons from each day become the stepping stones for a calmer you. As we integrate Seneca's strategies into our modern lives, we find a cool-headed approach to the hot-headed problems we face. Our tech may have evolved, but our quest for serenity remains the same. Seneca's wisdom, like the Stoics' calm in chaos, transcends time, teaching us to respond to life's ebbs and flows with a steady hand and a tranquil heart. In embracing Seneca's strategy, we don't just breeze through life's minor annoyances. We transform them into opportunities for composure and grace. Join me in the next segment as we continue to build our inner sanctum, fortified by the timeless lessons of Seneca, ready to face the 21st century with a chill that's centuries in the making. Remember, it's not just about acting unbothered but truly cultivating the undisturbed essence of Stoicism within. The Stoic pause. It's like hitting the slow-motion button on life's remote control, giving you the power to act deliberately rather than react impulsively. Now, let's dive into this technique with a little role play to add a dash of humor to our philosophical meal. Picture yourself at the office, the printer churning out the third misprint in a row. Your first instinct is to go full Hulk mode on this machine. But then you remember the Stoic pause. You take a deep breath, stepping back as if entering a dramatic freeze frame in a movie. You're the protagonist who's about to make a wise choice, not the one who ends up in a meme for punching an innocent printer. You chuckle to yourself, imagining the hashtags that you've just avoided. With a calm mind, you troubleshoot the problem, or decide it's a sign to go paperless. Crisis averted, humor intact, and hey, you might have just saved the environment too. Or let's take a typical family dinner scene. Your uncle launches into his notorious political rant. Old you would spar with facts and figures, but new you, armed with the Stoic pause, takes a sip of water as if it's a magical elixir of tranquility. You imagine yourself in a sitcom, the laugh track ready to roll. Instead of engaging, You offer a warm smile and change the topic to something as neutral as the weather or the delicious lasagna. Your inner zen remains undisturbed, and the dinner moves from heated debate to hearty laughs. The Stoic pause isn't just a moment of silence. It's your secret superpower. It's the ability to see life's awkward bloopers before they happen and rewrite the script in real time. So the next time you feel like you're about to star in a viral fail video, hit the pause button. Take that deep breath, step back, and choose the response that the director of your life's movie would be proud of. By doing this, you're not only saving yourself from stress, but also directing an epic tale of composure and wit. Embrace the Stoic pause and transform your life one serene scene at a time. With each pause, you're not just acting like nothing bothers you, you're training yourself to let those things genuinely glide off like water off a duck's back. Tune in for the next segment, where we'll stitch together these practices into a seamless cloak of Stoic calm. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and remember, the pause is powerful. Reframing obstacles. Let's play with the idea of obstacles, not as boulders in our path, but as stepping stones to greater heights. The Stoics, those intrepid philosophers of old, were masterful alchemists, turning leaden tribulations into golden triumphs. They understood that an obstacle is merely an opportunity in disguise, a chance to flex our mental muscles and leap over hurdles with the grace of an Olympic athlete. Picture this: you're walking down the street, and you come across a massive crack in the sidewalk. You could curse the city council and grumble about your twisted ankle, or you could use that moment to practice your high knee raises, transforming a trip hazard into a fitness challenge. That, my friends, is Stoic thinking in action, a whimsical twist on an everyday nuisance. Now let's animate this concept with a dash of humor. Imagine you're a character in a video game, each obstacle a fiery hoop or a villainous boss. Each time you confront a challenge, whether it's a flat tire or a missed deadline, you're gaining experience points, leveling up your character in the game of life. With a Stoic mindset, you don't just defeat the boss, you grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient as a result. Or perhaps we sketch a scene with an artist standing before a blank canvas, frustrated by a lack of inspiration. But lo and behold, a mischievous cat saunters by, tipping over a vase of water. Instead of a disaster, the spilled water blooms across the canvas, and the artist, with a Stoic spark of creativity, sees a mesmerizing pattern emerge. What once was a mishap now becomes the foundation for a masterpiece. In every such scenario, the Stoic method encourages us to pause and ponder. What can I gain from this? How can this improve my journey? By reframing our perspective, those pesky obstacles transform into puzzles waiting to be solved, each solution adding another chapter to our story of resilience. As we play with this mental gymnastics, bear in mind that it's not about denying the struggle. It's about redefining it. It's seeing the traffic jam not as a curse, but as a podcast, listening session. It's perceiving the long queue at the shop, not as a torment, but as a chance to observe human behavior or catch up on texts. Embrace the art of reframing obstacles, and you'll discover that every stone in your path is a potential diamond in the rough, just waiting for you to polish it into something valuable. So, let's keep the animations rolling, the graphics witty, and our mindset indomitably stoic. In the next segment, we'll continue to explore the maze of life with our Stoic toolkit, turning every twist and turn into a triumphal march. Keep tuning in, keep reframing, and remember, the obstacle is the way. Zooming out, discuss the view from above technique using relatable tongue-in-cheek examples to showcase its perspective. Shifting powers, zooming out to the view from above way. Engage in a Stoic exercise that's like switching from a close-up to a drone shot in a blockbuster movie. This technique involves picturing ourselves from a bird's eye view, turning our towering problems into tiny specks on the landscape of life. It grants us a grander perspective, where our daily dramas shrink to the size of ant-sized actors on Earth's grand stage. So, imagine you're the star of a sitcom, caught in the middle of a classic kitchen fiasco. There you are, apron donned, when the cake you've been crafting for hours erupts like a volcano in the oven. Smoke billows, alarms blare, and there's a frosting explosion on the ceiling. Now hit the zoom out button. View this kitchen catastrophe from the vantage point of the International Space Station. Suddenly your epic bake, Off blunder is a blip, a fleeting moment in a universe spinning with stars and cosmic adventures. It's not just cake on the ceiling, it's stardust in the grand cosmic recipe of existence. Let's turn to another scene. It's the grand championship of laundry piling. You're in the ring, surrounded by mountains of unmatched socks, towers of teetering t-shirts. Defeat seems imminent. But then you zoom out. From up here, your laundry labyrinth looks like a fabric festival, a colorful mosaic of life's vibrant tapestry. Each sock, a story, every shirt, a memory. And just like that, your laundry ordeal is now a whimsy in the whirlwind of your worldly tale. The view from above isn't a way to escape reality, but to understand it from a more detached, less personal angle. It's a reminder that our everyday upsets are transient, almost comical plot twists in the grand narrative of our lives. When we zoom out, we gain the freedom to laugh at the absurdity, to see the silver lining in the storm clouds, and to appreciate the preciousness of our fleeting moments. And now, dear viewers, as you go about your day, remember the power of perspective. Whether you're facing the wrath of a vending machine that ate your last coin, or a phone battery that dies just as you snap that perfect selfie, zoom out. See these moments, not as tragedies but as trivialities, and let them go with a chuckle. Keep tuning in, keep zooming out, and carry this stoic superpower with you. In our next segment, we'll stitch these views into an ever-expanding tapestry, revealing the beauty and strength of a life viewed from the stoic peaks of wisdom. Stay philosophical, my friends, and remember, when in doubt, zoom out, the dichotomy of control. It's time to explore a principle so pivotal to Stoicism. It's like the heartbeat of its entire philosophy. Picture a catchy jingle to kick us off. Some things are up to us, and others are not. Knowing the difference is what you've got to spot. That, my friends, is the essence of the dichotomy of control. Let's break it down. Imagine your life as a game show with two categories: things I control and things I don't control. In the first category, you've got your actions, judgments, and intentions, your internal power players. And in the other, well, that's everything else. The weather, stock market fluctuations, or the thoughts and actions of others. Think of a surfer riding the waves. They can't command the ocean's rhythm, but they can master their moves on the board. Similarly, we can't dictate the waves of fate, but we can surf with skill and style. It's about channeling your focus into what you hold the reins to, how you prepare, react, and adapt. Here's the jingle again, this time as a life mantra. Some things are up to us, and others are not. Master what you can, and give the rest just a thought. It's a liberating tune that frees us from the frustration of wrestling with what's out of our hands and empowers us to pour our energy into what we can shape. And let's animate this with a splash of humor. Picture a cat chasing a laser dot, pouncing with precision and pizzazz. The dot's beyond its grasp, but the cat's acrobatic antics, pure feline finds. That's us, embracing our power within the game of life, where some things skitter away like that elusive red dot, and some are ours to command with the agility of our minds. So, as we stride forward in our stoic journey, carry this tune in your heart. Let the dichotomy of control be the rhythm you walk to, the beat that reminds you where your power truly lies. And hey, if life's unpredictability starts to get under your skin, just hum that jingle. Some things are up to us, and others are not. Serenity's found in giving it the right thought. In our next episode, we'll continue to mesh these stoic melodies into a harmonious symphony that serenades you through life's highs and lows. Keep those tunes handy, keep those steps light, and remember, the dance of life is led by the wisdom to know when to lead, and when to follow. Stoic mindfulness is like becoming the director of your own reality show, where every moment is a scene, packed with potential and purpose. Picture yourself tuning into the Present Moment Network, where the programming is always live and stoicism is your guide to making the most out of every episode. In this channel of consciousness, we're not binge watching the past or fast forwarding to the future. We're streaming life in real time. Just like in those reality cooking shows, we're not just spectators. We're the chefs of our moment, adding a pinch of awareness here and a sprinkle of focus there. savoring each sensation as it blends into the delicious dish of now. Consider our modern-day gladiators, sports stars who, under blinding stadium lights, must block out the roar of the crowd to score the winning point. They don't have the luxury of replay or pause. They're immersed in the vital immediacy of the game. This, my friends, is Stoic mindfulness in action. Being so in the moment that everything else fades into the background. All that exists is the ball, the goal, and the glory of the play. Or think about those thrilling movie scenes where the hero is disarming a bomb with seconds ticking away. Their focus is laser, sharp, their hands steady, every wire snip a dance with destiny. That, too, is a form of mindfulness, a fierce engagement with the present that can mean the difference between triumph and disaster. Now, let's dial it back to our daily lives. You're the star of your own sitcom, and the script demands that you navigate the chaos of a supermarket on a Saturday morning. Kids are wailing, carts are crashing, and that catchy grocery store jingle just won't stop playing. But instead of letting the pandemonium take the lead, you channel your inner stoic showrunner. You zoom in on the crunch of fresh produce, the rhythm of your footsteps, and even the comedy of human behavior around you. Every detail is a plot point, every sensation a subplot, all contributing to the rich narrative of the present. Stoicism doesn't just teach us mindfulness, it hands us the remote control to shift our attention away from reruns of regret and previews of anxiety. It encourages us to live in the now, where life happens and possibilities unfold. The past is a storyboard, the future a trailer, but the present, that's your blockbuster moment. So, as you step into the role of protagonist in your own story, remember that Stoic mindfulness is the key to immersing yourself in the vibrant, visceral reality of life, scene by scene. Stay present, stay mindful, and remember, this moment is your time to shine. Keep your channel tuned to the here and now, and watch as the richness of your life show becomes an award-winning hit. Detachment practices. Let's embark on a quest to perfect the art of detachment, where we become maestros of our emotions, conducting our feelings with finesse, rather than letting them play us like a fiddle. Ready? Cue the montage music as we take a whimsical walk through a step-by-step guide, complete with chuckle-worthy scenarios. First up, picture identification. Like detectives with magnifying glasses, we'll learn to spot those sneaky attachments that creep into our lives. Imagine you're a character in a spy thriller, scanning a crowded room for your target. There it is, lurking in the corner of your daily routine, the emotional attachment to that perfect cup of coffee. Now, don't get me wrong, enjoying a latte is one of life's joys. But if a barista's mishap sends you spiraling, it's time to practice detachment. Next on our list, the scenario simulation. Picture yourself as the protagonist in a superhero flick, the fate of the city resting on your shoulders. But instead of battling villains, your nemesis is attachment to outcomes. You've crafted an elaborate plan to save the day, yet, like a plot twist, things go awry. Instead of stomping around like a hero in a huff, you detach, adapt, and find a new way to win the day, minus the stress. Moving along to step 3, we introduce the power of pausing. Embrace your inner Zen master, contemplating the cherry blossoms as you transcend the hustle and bustle. When a triggering event waves at you, say a colleague nabbing the last donut you had your eye on, invoke the power of pause. Take a breath, count to 10, and watch as the ripples of irritation subside into the still pond of your mind. Diving into step 4, we explore alternative anchors. Channel your adventurous spirit, like an explorer setting sail to discover new lands. Find activities, people, and practices that ground you outside your usual haunts of attachment. When your favorite TV show ends on an unsatisfactory cliffhanger, anchor yourself with a hobby or a heart-to-heart with a friend. It's about crafting a rich tapestry of life where no single thread can unravel your piece. And finally, step 5, the commitment to consistency. Don your lab coat and goggles, for we're about to experiment with making detachment a daily practice. Start small like a scientist with a hypothesis, aiming for 1 win a day. Maybe it's shrugging off a rude comment online or chuckling at a wardrobe malfunction. With each success, your detachment muscles bulk up and those emotional weights become lighter. So there you have it, noble viewers, your map to mastering detachment. It's a journey peppered with humor, brimming with potential, and sure to make your life a laughter-laden adventure. Keep practicing, keep detaching, and before you know it, minor irritations will be water off a duck's back, and your inner calm will be the talk of the town. And remember, the next time life hands you lemons instead of making lemonade, juggle them, toss them into a hat, make it a show, the Stoic show of detachment. Stay tuned, my friends, for the next act in our Stoic saga will be just as enriching and even more entertaining. Embracing amor fati, let's play a game of what if that enchants our Stoic spirits and invites us to dance with destiny. Picture yourself as the contestant on the grand stage of life's game show, where every twist of fate is not a setback, but a setup for an even grander adventure. What if, for instance, you wake up to find a flat tire waiting to deflate your morning cheer? Instead of frowning at the inconvenience, you say, amor fati, a love for this slice of fate. Now, you're not only fixing a tire, you're spinning the wheel of fortune that strengthens your resilience and patience, possibly even leading you to an unexpected encounter or a new story to share. Or, imagine your phone takes an unexpected dive into a pool of water. A soggy electronic in most cases spells disaster, right? But in this game you shout, amor fati, and dive into an unplugged day, embracing the chance to disconnect and bask in life beyond the screen. Your waterlogged phone becomes a submarine. Your waterlogged phone becomes a submarine guiding you to the depths of real-world connections. Let's spin the wheel again. What if you're passed over for a promotion? In our what if game, you guessed it, chant amor fati, and see it as a crossroads to paths untraveled. An opportunity to reassess your journey or kindle the fire of a dormant dream. That missed promotion isn't a dead end, it's a detour to potentially more scenic routes. Through this playful lens of amor fati, we cultivate a love for whatever life deals us, knowing that each card, high or low, is part of the grand deck that makes our game so beautifully unpredictable. It's not about denying disappointment, it's about embracing each moment as a necessary note in the symphony of our existence. So keep this game in mind, dear viewers, as you waltz through life's unexpected turns. When fate winks at you, wink back with amor fati, and play along with a heart open to the endless possibilities that each what if brings. Stay tuned for more Stoic strategies, and remember, life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to love the rain and dancing in the puddles it leaves behind. Keep loving, keep playing, and let the love of fate lead your charmed dance through the cosmos. Negative visualization, or, as the Stoics playfully termed it, premeditatio malorum, is a rehearsal for life's unexpected encores. Imagine with me, if you will, you're the lead actor in a one-of-a-kind play where scenes are unscripted, and mishaps are plenty. But instead of fretting, you grin and whisper to yourself, I've visualized worse. Let's set the stage with a skit that's as enlightening as it is chuckle-inducing. You're planning the perfect picnic. The sun is shining, the birds are serenading, and you've just laid out the most Instagrammable spread. Suddenly, storm clouds gather like uninvited guests, and the first drops of rain plop down with comedic timing. But, you've practiced negative visualization. With a twinkle in your eye, you pull out a giant umbrella and a board game. The picnic goes from soggy sandwiches to an epic battle for Park Avenue on the Monopoly board, all because you had anticipated this very downpour. Or let's dive into a storybook illustration. You're a brave knight on a quest for glory. Your steed, a trusty old car, and your dragon, a traffic jam of mythical proportions. Instead of despairing, you recall your morning visualization. You had foreseen this fiery snarl, up and packed an audiobook of the Odyssey. As the cars crawl, you embark on an odyssey of your own, turning gridlock into a gripping tale of adventure. Your commute becomes the stuff of legends. Negative visualization shines a spotlight on the beauty of preparedness. It's about expecting the unexpected guest appearance of Murphy's Law, and instead of booing it off stage, you give it a standing ovation for its impeccable timing. You've practiced your lines, studied the choreography of chaos, and now you waltz through mishaps with the grace of a stoic ballerina. As we bring down the curtain on today's performance, remember that negative visualization isn't about predicting doom and gloom. It's about cushioning the blows of life's little plot twists, transforming potential dramas into delightful anecdotes. So, practice this rehearsal of resilience, and soon, you'll find that no matter what scene life throws your way, you're always ready for your spotlight moment. In the upcoming acts of our Stoic saga, we'll be exploring even more exercises that keep your inner calm as steady as a seasoned stage star. Stay smiling, stay visualizing, and remember, when life veers off script, it's just your chance to improvise a masterpiece. Keep your spirit light and your mind ready, for even the darkest clouds can't dim the show when you're a stoic in the theater of life. Knowing what to ignore. Imagine stepping into the shoes of a whimsical sage, where the world's trivialities knock on your door, and it's your job to decide, to care or not to care. Let's play this game with a mix of mirth and wisdom, assessing the parade of pettiness that life presents with the keen eye of a stoic Sherlock. Picture your morning starting with an email about the office's new paperclip policy. Now, in this game of to care or not to care, you might chuckle at the meticulous bullet points detailing the proper use of office supplies. A paperclip, my friends, while useful, should not puppeteer your peace of mind. So with a wink and a nod to this piece of bureaucratic comedy, you choose not to care, and instead redirect your energy towards goals that align with your values. Next, let's whisk ourselves to a social setting, a party where the latest gossip is as tempting as the hors d'oeuvres. Rumors fly, whispers swirl, everyone's eager to dive into the drama du jour. But here you stand, a stoic in the midst of the storm, playing our delightful game. To care about the who? Sid, what of hearsay? Why not to care, rising above the chatter, savoring the flavors of the food, and the genuine company of true friends? Aha! The choice becomes clear as you toast to the joy of meaningful connections rather than the hollow buzz of idle talk. Moving along, let's animate our day with a dash of digital drollery. Your phone pings with alerts, notifications, and updates, each vying for the spotlight of your attention. It's like a circus where social media acrobats and email jugglers compete for your precious focus. To care or not to care echoes through the digital tent. Do you become a spectator to this performance, or do you juggle your priorities like a stoic ringmaster, spotlighting tasks with true significance and leaving the trivial acts in the shadows? And now for the grand finale, where life hands you the ultimate test in trivial pursuit. The infamous no reply from a text you sent hours ago. The suspense, the intrigue, the temptation to pepper your friend with question marks and pensive emojis. But here in our to care or not to care theater, you take a bow with grace. You realize that the silence could be a symphony of reasons, busyness, forgetfulness, or simply life unfolding. So you choose not to care, not out of indifference, but out of an understanding that not every cue demands a dance. So, embrace this game, my stoic game show enthusiasts. With each triviality, ask yourself if it's worth your emotional investment. Play with humor, play with lightness, and soon you'll see that most trifles are unworthy contestants in the arena of your attention. Stay tuned, stay thoughtful, and remember, in the grand show of life, knowing what to ignore is to care profoundly about what truly matters. Keep up the laughter, keep up the discernment, and let's continue to master the stoic art of serenity, the smile technique. We have now arrived at a gem in the stoic crown, a strategy that could be our most disarming yet. It's called the smile technique, and trust me, it's as simple as it sounds, but the effects, profoundly transformative. Imagine this. Each time life decides to lob a curveball your way, you respond with a smile. Yes, a smile. That universal symbol of ease and joy. Let's whip up a scenario with all the ingredients for a classic comedy sketch. You're at the grocery store, armed with a list, and the aisle you need is blocked by a barricade of shopping carts. A symphony of beeps and squawks fills the air as frustrated shoppers navigate the chaos. Instead of furrowing your brow and joining the symphony, you deploy the smile technique. With a grin, you marvel at the absurdity, glide through with grace, and even strike up a light-hearted chat with a fellow shopper. Your smile not only disarms the tension, but also becomes infectious, spreading a wave of lightheartedness down the aisle. Or imagine you're at home, and the Wi-Fi gives up the ghost right when you're in the heat of an online battle. Old, you might rage against the dying of the digital light, but new you flashes a wry smile, recognizing the universe's nudge to take a screen break. You pick up a book you've been neglecting or step outside for a breath of fresh air. The Wi-Fi's failure turns into an invitation for self-care, all thanks to the power of a smile. Now let's animate this technique with a burst of sitcom humor. You're the protagonist whose sidekick, the trusty smartphone, suddenly crashes. The horror, the catastrophe, but instead of a dramatic meltdown worthy of prime time, you slap on a smile and say, "Well, guess I'm rocking it old school today." You whip out a pen and paper, and as you jot down notes, you're actually enjoying the tactile pleasure of writing, something you haven't felt since, well, the last time your phone died. The smile technique isn't just about turning frowns upside down. It's a Stoic secret weapon that turns everyday annoyances into moments of lightness and connection. It's about shifting the energy of a situation from exasperation to exhilaration. By choosing to smile, you're not denying the inconvenience. You're embracing a perspective that elevates you above it. So my fellow seekers of serenity, as you venture forth into the tangle of daily life, pack the smile technique in your Stoic toolbox. Whether you're facing a spilled coffee or a delayed flight, remember that a smile is a curve that sets everything straight. Keep practicing, keep grinning, and watch as the world smiles right back at you. Stay tuned, because next time, we'll be adding even more to our Stoic repertoire, ensuring that no matter what comes your way, you'll be ready with a smile and a strategy, the self-talk method. Now let's waltz into the whimsical world of self-talk, where you become the narrator of your own unflappable tale. Picture this: you're the central character in a sitcom of life, and your inner dialogue sets the stage for each scene's outcome. So, sit back, chuckle a little, and let's rehearse some self-talk scripts that switch the narrative from irksome to irresistible. Imagine you're standing in line at the post office, and it's moving slower than a sloth on a leisurely Sunday stroll. The old you might silently stew in irritation, but the Stoic you start an internal banter that goes something like this. The universe's way of gifting me a pause in my day. Perhaps I'll plan dinner in my head or silently compose that rock ballad I've always dreamed of. Your self-talk has just turned a mundane moment into an opportunity for creativity and calm. Or perhaps you're driving when another motorist cuts you off, the audacity nearly boiling your blood. Instead of succumbing to road rage, you engage in Stoic self-talk that sounds like comedic narration. A surprise guest star in my daily travel show showcasing the art of merging with gusto. Bravo for the bold move. Let the chariots of the road claim their victories, for I am in pursuit of tranquility, not trophies. Now, let's animate the scene with some office humor. Your computer decides to update right when you need it most. Cue the inner monologue. Of all the times to embrace change, my computer chooses now. Well played, gadget friend. Your sense of timing is impeccable. While you refresh your digital brain, I shall refresh your digital brain. I shall refresh mine with a little meditation, or perhaps a scroll through my mental gallery of happy memories. The self-talk method is like having an inner comedian ready to deflate any potentially tense situation with a well-timed joke or an uplifting quip. It's about crafting a narrative that transforms the narrative of nuisances into a storyline of serenity and smiles. But it's not just about making light of situations. It's about empowering yourself with a dialogue that reinforces your Stoic values. When the world is loud, your self-talk whispers wisdom. When chaos reigns, your inner voice remains king, ruling over the land of your psyche with a benevolent sense of humor. So, my stoically inclined viewers, as you navigate the capers and comedies of daily existence, keep your self-talk playful, positive, and steeped in Stoic style. With every quip, you're not just brushing off annoyances, you're painting your world with strokes of joy and jest. In our next chapter, we'll blend these self-talk scenarios into a grand narrative that celebrates your Stoic spirit. Keep the inner dialogue flowing, keep the chuckles coming, and remember, in the symphony of life, your self-talk is the tune that keeps you dancing unfazed through the raindrops. Stay tuned, because the best is yet to narrate. The journaling habit, Now, let us embark on a delightful journey with a pen as our compass and paper as our map. Imagine for a moment that you are the author of your life's novel, where every entry is an adventure, every reflection, a plot twist, and every page a step towards self-mastery. Welcome to the world of journaling, where the mundane meets the profound in the quiet corner of your day. Let's spice up this journaling escapade with a pinch of humor. Think of your journal as your personal sitcom script, where you're both the main character and the witty writer. So, grab your notebook. The older and dustier, the better for dramatic effect. And let's spin today's episode with prompts that might just make you chuckle with self-discovery. First up, let your journal entry read like a dramatic monologue about the great coffee catastrophe. Dear Journal, today I faced the darkest of darks, the bitterest of bitters. My beloved coffee maker sputtered its last steamy breath before the dawn. There I stood, uncaffeinated and adrift in the agony of morning fog. But wait, it gets better. Let's turn the page to an entry titled, The Sock That Got Away. Dive into a narrative filled with suspense, mystery, and a touch of melodrama. Dearest Journal, in the most harrowing of laundry adventures, I've come to accept the vanishing of my favorite sock into the abyss of the dryer. Its partner lies in my drawer, a solitary sentinel of the cycle's cruel twist of fate. Now, for those who might think journaling is all about poetic waxing and wistful musings, let's throw in a whimsical prompt to keep things sprightly. How about, Salutations, O inanimate confidant. Today I conversed with a houseplant. We discussed photosynthesis, the economy of water, and dare I say, it advised me on life choices. PSI, I may need to get out more. Journaling, dear Stoic journeymen and journeywomen, is more than a habit. It's a rendezvous with your thoughts where you can be as candid, comedic, or contemplative as you wish. These little narrative nuggets not only evoke a giggle, but also serve as breadcrumbs on the path to self-awareness and growth. So, whether you script your entries with the flair of a novelist or the brevity of a poet, remember that each word etched is a step towards your stoic quest for wisdom. Keep your journal close, your pen ready, and your humor intact, for the story you scribe is one of triumph, tranquility, and perhaps the occasional lost sock saga. In the next edition of our Stoic storytelling, we'll delve deeper into the pages of our lives with new chapters and verses to enrich our narrative. Keep journaling, keep reflecting, and above all, keep smiling at the quirks of your character. For in the end, it's the laughter in the margins that makes the book of life a bestseller. Stay tuned, and until next time, may your diary entries be as enlightening as they are entertaining. The perspective shift. And now folks, we cue the lights and roll out the red carpet for the grand unveiling of our Stoic makeover sketch, a comedic take on the transformative power of perspective change. Imagine, if you will, a reality show where life's little dramas are given a Stoic remix, turning frustration into fascination and irritation into illumination. Let's kick off with a scenario we'll call the tale of the terminal checkout line. Picture yourself queued up at the supermarket, each tick of the clock echoing like a drumbeat of doom as the cashier moves at the speed of a glacier. Enter the Stoic makeover team, armed with wit and wisdom. With a twirl and a tap, they whisper, "Why curse the wait when you can charm it?" This line isn't a prison. It's an impromptu forum for human observation, a live podcast of personalities. So, smile, nod, and maybe even compliment a fellow line dweller on their choice of surreal. Voila! Agitation transforms into a quirky quest for connection. Next up is our kitchen calamity scene. There you are, channeling your inner chef, when suddenly, the rice burns, the sauce splatters, and the salad decides to dress itself, and the floor. But fear not, for the Stoic makeover squad is here to save the day. They swoop in, brushes and banter at the ready, declaiming, "Embrace the chaos." This mess is not a mark of failure, but an abstract art piece worthy of a Michelin star. Each grain of rice, a testament to your fiery passion. And the dressing, let's call it avant garde floor garnish. With a snap and a giggle, dinner disaster becomes a whimsical whirlwind of culinary creativity. Now, let's unveil the Stoic makeover. Office edition. You're deep in the trenches of paperwork when the printer jams, emails flood in, and the phone rings with the persistence of a love-struck Romo. But lo, the Stoic stylists are on the scene. With a flourish, they declare, transform this technological tirade into a technological triumph. You're not merely unjamming a printer, you're conducting an orchestra of office gadgets. Each email is a verse in your epic ballad of productivity, and the phone, that's your fanfare, announcing the arrival of opportunity. In each of these laugh-laden vignettes, the perspective shift is clear. When we apply the Stoic makeover, what once seemed irksome becomes amusing. What was mundane now sparkles with mirth. It's not about denying the challenge. It's about directing the narrative with a script that turns every plot twist into a punchline, every hiccup into a highlight. So there you have it, my philosophical friends. Your guide to a Stoic perspective shift complete with a comedic twist. The next time life serves you a sitcom-worthy scenario, remember, with a dash of humor and a Stoic eye, you can repaint the scene in joyful hues. Join me next time when we'll add more chapters to our Stoic script, infusing wit into wisdom, and proving that a change in perspective really is the best cosmetic for any situation. Stay grinning, stay growing, and remember, life is a stage, and with the Stoic makeover, you're always ready for your close-up, the contemplation of the sage. Let's step into the sandals of a Stoic sage for a moment and play our way through the theater of modern life. Envision a stage set with the props and pitfalls of the 21st century, as we consider how a sage, adorned in the wisdom of Stoicism, would navigate the daily dramas with a serene smile. Cue the scene. You're at your desk, the modern-day equivalent of the Stoic's porch, surrounded by gadgets and gizmos aplenty. Enter the first annoyance. Your computer decides it's time for an impromptu update, just as you're about to hit send on an important email. But you're no mere mortal in this play. You're a sage draped in the Stoic toga of tranquility. With a chuckle, you lean back in your chair, gazing at the spinning updates icon as if it were a meditative mandala, a symbol of the ever-turning wheel of life. All things in time, you muse, using the unscheduled pause for a spot of reflection. Now, let's raise the curtain on the next act. You're in the car, en route to an eagerly anticipated event, when the traffic gods unleash their wrath, trapping you in a vehicular labyrinth. The sage in you does not curse or honk in despair. Instead, you slip on your metaphorical philosopher's beard and embrace the delay as a chance to listen to an enlightening podcast, turning gridlock into a classroom of the road. But the play must go on, and so we find ourselves in the grand supermarket coliseum, battling for the last bag of your favorite snack. The masses swarm, and the tension builds. Here, the Stoic sage within you dons an invisible laurel crown, rising above the fray of consumer combat. You afford a gracious nod to your opponent, signaling that they may claim the prize. After all, it is not the snack that nourishes the soul, but the joy found in small acts of kindness. Our final tableau has you at home, attempting to assemble furniture with instructions that seem to be written in ancient hieroglyphs. Tools in hand, you are the Stoic artisan, finding humor in the complexity. Each errant screw and misaligned piece becomes part of a grand philosophical narrative about the challenge and beauty of creation. With every turn of the screwdriver, you recall the sage's belief that patience is a virtue not merely to be preached but practiced. So, there you have it, seekers of Stoic serenity, a role-play guide for donning the robes of a sage amidst the comedy of contemporary life. As we exit stage left from our contemplation, carry with you the essence of Stoicism, where every annoyance is but a prop to enhance your performance on life's stage. Keep these lessons nestled in your heart, and remember, when the script of life gets rewritten by the unexpected, a sage smiles, adapts, and plays on. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll continue to adorn our modern lives with the timeless jewels of Stoic wisdom. Keep contemplating, keep playing, and may the sage within guide you through each act with grace and gusto. The premeditation of evils. Let's dive into a strategy that sounds more like a thrilling detective novel than a Stoic practice. But don't be fooled. It's an engaging worst-case scenario improv game that arms you with the mental agility to tackle life's curveballs with a chuckle and a strategic plan. So, gather around, my fellow Stoic adventurers, as we tap into our inner Sherlock and role. Play our way through potential catastrophes with wit and resilience. Picture this. You're the lead detective in a play titled The Mystery of the Missing Peace of Mind. The culprit, an array of potential adversities that lurk in the shadows of your day-to-day life. But with the Stoic tool of premeditation of evils, you're about to turn the tables on these would-be thieves of tranquility. Now, let's set the stage for our first scene. You're about to host the dinner party of the year, a soiree so splendid, it's sure to be etched in the annals of social gatherings. But, you guessed it, our worst-case scenario game begins. What if the caterer calls out sick? What if the power goes out? In true improv fashion, you don't miss a beat. "Hi!" you exclaim. "The show must go on!" With a flourish, you transform the evening into a candlelit wonderland. Each guest becomes a character in a tale of culinary camaraderie, and that potluck-style feast, a masterstroke of impromptu ingenuity. Next, imagine you're prepping for a crucial presentation at work. Your cue cards are ready, your slides are a symphony of graphics and data, but as the premeditation game dictates, let's conjure a tech glitch that sends your slides into the digital abyss. Do you panic? Not a chance. You channel your inner orator and deliver the presentation with the poise of a seasoned storyteller, capturing the audience's imagination and proving that true eloquence needs no visual aid. But what if we up the ante? You're about to jet off on a dream vacation when you discover your passport's gone missing. The game dictates a sprint through the worst-case scenario obstacle course. Yet, instead of succumbing to despair, you transform the moment into an unexpected staycation adventure. You explore hidden gems in your own backyard, turning every local landmark into an exotic destination and each ordinary day into a holiday of homegrown discovery. Through each of these scenes, the premeditation of evil's strategy comes to life, and you, the intrepid player in this game of foresight, emerge not just unscathed, but victorious. You've rehearsed the direst of situations and smiled in the face of hypothetical havoc. The secret? Knowing that by envisioning the worst, you can best navigate whatever life decides to script, turning even the greatest of plot twists to your favor. So, as you go about your daily drama, seasoned with the unexpected, remember this entertaining yet empowering Stoic improv game. Stay one step ahead of misfortune by visualizing it first and then, with humor and a plan, watch as evils become mere footnotes in the epic narrative of your serene and storied life. Stay sharp, stay ready, and may your premeditation of evils be the rehearsal that leads to a standing ovation in the theater of your enduring calm. And now, my sagacious viewers, as our serenade to Stoicism reaches its crescendo, let's take a whimsical wander down memory lane, revisiting the strategies we've paraded in our philosophical pageant. From the gentle art of the Stoic pause to the lively two-step with amor fati, we've armed ourselves with an arsenal of tactics to face life's caprices with a chuckle and a sage nod. Reflect on those moments when the smile technique turned grocery store gridlocks into unexpected social galas, or when the stoic gaze of Marcus Aurelius guided us through the maze of modern mayhem. Think of how the contemplation of the sage allowed us to channel our inner Marcus, transforming each hiccup into an opportunity for virtue, growth, and maybe even a bit of heroic humor. Remember the perspective shift, my friends, where we applied that stoic makeover and turned every mundane mishap into a subplot of our grand adventure. And who could forget the journaling habit, our daily rendezvous with reflection that transformed even the most trivial of trials into tales of triumph. But our journey doesn't end here. No, this is merely the intermission in our lifelong pursuit of tranquil mastery. As you step forth from this digital dojo of Stoicism, take with you not just the memory of these teachings, but the very essence of their wisdom. Carry Marcus's meditations in your heart, Seneca's calm in your step, and Epictetus's dichotomy of control as your compass. So go forth, valiant voyagers of virtue, and act as if nothing bothers you, but do so with the knowing twinkle of a stoic. Embrace each obstacle with a playful spirit, and let your smile disarm the chaos. Keep your self-talk light, your journal entries rich with insight, and your mind as sharp and ready as a stoic sage in the arena of life. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed this expedition into the heart of Stoicism, and subscribe to join our tranquil tribe, for our odyssey through philosophy and life's laughable labyrinths continues. Ring that notification bell with the enthusiasm of Epictetus discovering a new paradox, so you never miss a step on this dance with destiny. Till our paths cross again in the quest for serene sophistication, keep your stoic cape billowing in the winds of whimsy, your armor of apathy polished with humor, and your shield of serenity ever at the ready. Go on, my friends. Act, laugh, and love as if nothing bothers you, because with these stoic superpowers at your side, truly nothing will. Stay stoic, stay smiling, and remember, in the grand narrative of your life, you're not just the protagonist, but the sage author writing each chapter with indomitable calm. Now go out there and make life your masterpiece.